robust urban garlic flavor.
So it's almost been a fortnight since DSP was blessed with the Asmongold interviews and he got a ton of money, but now the honeymoon period is over as Phil has to prove it. What do I mean? Let's get into it.
If you enjoy the gameplay and the content, please like the video, and more coming tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Like I said, if people like it a lot and want more often, we'll do it more as daytime streams more often. If people didn't like it that much, maybe we'll do it as night streams. You know, we'll see. Okay?
Yeah, this is the usual rigmarole, except we do not have the usual I need money interjected, because what he means like is if you are supporting it, but he is not saying it explicitly, he's implying it. And how do I know this? Because he didn't hit the tips goal.
Thank you guys. Great premiere stream of Metroid Prime 4. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Okay. So, good stuff, guys. It doesn't make any sense for us to continue because the game ain't gonna save, right? Like, we just saved the game, so that's that. Good stuff. Good start to the game, I would say. I liked it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I mean, we lost some attendance during the stream. I knew that would happen. Like, we started with almost 400 viewers on YouTube. I don't know how many we had on Kick. We're down to, like, 300 on YouTube. Typically, that happens over the course of a day's stream, unless it's, like, a super hot game anyway. So I'm not, like, you know, worried or anything.
Yeah, Phil, the fans don't really care that much about the attendance numbers. You bringing it up shows that you're worried about it. Hey, look at it this way. What were you usually averaging for new games this year? 200, 250? So you being at 300 shows there was a little bit of a boost. And of course, there are going to be more people at there for the podcast because that's when you talk the most, and that's where people want to clip you the most.
But, I do hope that people will keep showing up for it if they like it. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow what happens with the overall attendance, right? All right, so a couple quick things. Actually, let me get all my stuff back on quickly. As you can see, you know, I moved my chair during that, but now I can move it back, and now here I am. I'm centered again for podcasting. We did have to move Cookie because Cookie was in the way. Oh, here we go. I got to move this back like this. Yep. I gotta get used to moving the mic back and forth now for when I go between different scenes. Let's get the lights on here. Yeah, exactly. Is it massively impressive? No. But is it bad? No. It seems all right. If you liked Metroid Prime 1, you'll probably like it. I don't know about 2 and 3. Again, I don't know where the series went with 2 and 3. So I can't really speak to that. But I can tell you that personally, that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad session or offensive or boring. It ran well, you know, so I have no real complaints. I received a $39 tip. First, let's play an animation for that. This is a lesser known animation. You guys haven't seen it that much. Ready for this?
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
So thank you for the $39 tip. This person says, I've been away for a while. Good to see that you're still delivering chill content. I saw that there's no more goal, right call in my opinion, but let's hit it anyway. Well, thank you. There is no more goal. Like, I appreciate that you did a generous tip there. That's very nice of you, but I'm not particularly looking to hit anything on any stream anymore. Overall, things have been great. Like, no exaggeration. Things have been so good recently, there's no reason for there to be a goal. Like, for example, this morning, we were just talking on the podcast about what will be the next DSP Tries It that I want to do on Monday just because I want to do one. Not because we hit a certain milestone of goals and now I owe it and we have to do... We just do it.
Yeah, I think Phil plays his hand way too much because everybody is thinking that this is a fake tip. He even has a whole line that directly goes into something he wants to talk about. Like, oh, I'm now successful, so I don't need goals, but here's money to hit the goal anyway at the last minute. Yeah, totally organic and natural, Phil. Let's see that be super chat or kick things, and then we'll be like, okay, that's legitimate because we can actually see it. It's so important for him to project that he's successful that he has to fake tip himself. This is ridiculous, Phil. And the Asmongold tours don't care if he doesn't get a lot of money. They want to be entertained. That's what Phil doesn't get. So constantly doing these random polls to make him look more successful than he is not really going to inspire them to keep giving him money. It's whether they're entertained. He doesn't get that. Because when people start falling off, they're going to say, oh, people aren't watching. Phil's not popular. They're not going to be looking at, oh, Phil only has $25 in the tip jar. He's not popular. I think like Phil's brain is just wired to be like these social media things where people just post stuff and say, hey, I'm living a luxury lifestyle. But Phil, you getting a ton of tips isn't showing that you have a luxury lifestyle. Yeah, I guess you could say that for the setup, but you can't do that every week. You can't drop thousands of dollars on equipment each week, even though you said your business expenses in the past when you went bankrupt were $5,000 a month, which we know that's total nonsense. But Phil really wants to project that he's successful, so he has to say, oh, even if my viewership is this small amount, I'm always hitting the goals. But the thing is, if people are conditioned that they're always going to be hitting the goals, even if the goals don't exist, well, they're going to say Phil's good. We don't need to give him money because somebody is going to come in at the last minute and save the stream. That's what he doesn't understand. Like, it's okay to miss goals, but in like the past month, he hasn't had the mentality. He's whining and complaining every single time. It's like, oh, we were on this streak. But yes, I know he complains about not missing goals, but it's like, this was all about the streak and doing DSP tries it. And it's like, oh, we had a good roll of it, so it should continue. And that's what he isn't get. You have to constantly entertain. He thinks he's entitled to your support automatically. So if you gave him a $5 super chat for one stream, he's gonna go on the next stream and say, hey, where are you? Why didn't you give me a $5 super chat? That's not how you grow your audience. If you want more money, you got to grow, not shrink. But Phil doesn't run a business based on growing an audience. He runs a business on this very weird ecosystem where it's a bunch of yes men that give him a ton of money. So his viewership is already going down and he's panicking about it. So instead of trying to grow, he's fretting about the contraction, which obviously would occur because when you have a huge bump, that bubble is going to burst. But if you look at it, are you higher than you were before? Yes. So build on that. But he doesn't want to build on anything because he doesn't know how to and he's not entertaining enough.
And it was chill, casual. We talked and we decided Carl's Jr. because we found one in my area. I'm like, that's cool. Sounds good to me. So I like doing it like this much better. And again, people have been showing up and engaging and supporting in droves. Stream attendance today was double what it used to be. So 0 complaints for me. We're having a good time, right, everybody?
He doesn't get that these, let's look at the quarterly reports or the stream reports for every single time he's live is going to get annoying. Nobody cares about the viewership, Phil, for the most part. They want to be entertained. I mean, yeah, people want more livelier atmospheres. Like if there's 5 people there where nobody's chatting, they're going to dip. But if there's 200 people there and 500 people there, but the 200 people are more active in the chat, they are probably more likely to have a good time than the 500 people just staring at the screen and the chat moves like molasses. You got to offer something. You got to not only convince people to give you money, which is what you've done for years, but you also have to keep them to stay. And guess what? The best way to convince them to give you money is to entertain them, not by berating them over the head. At least the Asmongold tourists. The people you have, you were able to condition for over a decade because they were the diehards that you've maintained. These other people aren't going to be like that for the most part.
All right, so thank you very, very much for that last second contribution. I have a couple more minutes to hang out. If anyone wants to chat, we can hang out for a few more minutes here.
Please give me more money because that tip was made up.
I wonder if I can find a transparent Metroid Prime 4 transparent logo so I could do the thumbnails. Let's see here. Because I did not get it yet. Oh my god, that's huge. Is it PNG? It is. Wow, it's ridiculously large. It's like 4K. I don't need a 4K Lego or logo, but if this works. Metroid Prime 4, there it is. Let's have a couple versions of it. I don't think it needs to say... I guess I could get the one that says Nintendo Switch 2 Edition as well. Don't really need it to say that. Nah, that's that... Okay, I've been doing the thumbnails now for most of the year.
Yeah, whoever was making those thumbnails for you, they were doing a lot better job than you. You are terrible at thumbnails.
No, Duncan does not do my thumbnails. I've been doing the thumbnails all year myself. As I've told you guys all the time, okay? There are some people who contribute and help behind the scenes with certain things. Some people make me different kinds of art and things like that. And then I'll use it on the stream. There's been stream art you've seen on the slides, the art that I use daily for the schedules. Some of that stuff is made for me, but some of all the thumbnails I make 100% every day.
Yeah, and you probably don't pay them for anything either. I mean, you paid Darziak, but I don't know about the other stuff. Like, seriously, those new thumbnails that you were cooking up totally show that whoever was doing it in the past was not you, because these thumbnails today that you're putting out are absolute garbage.
Who owns the hand cart? These people on these stupid autistic memes, man. The hand cart. The hand cart is I don't even call it a hand cart. It's like what do you call it? A dolly or a trolley or whatever. All you do is use that to lift heavy objects and roll them back and forth. So when people, that's what I asked you guys the other day. I said, what does this hand cart mean? I don't even understand what it is because I don't technically own, when you say to me hand cart, I'm thinking something that you put a whole bunch of packages and stuff in and you're pushing it back and forth and it you know what I mean? Like a shopping cart. I don't have that. I have a trolley or dot, whatever you call it. You kick it up on there and you pull it back to give it leverage so you get upstairs and stuff. That's what I have. So that's why I never understood the meme that people brought up. But I swear to God, these people on the internet are so obsessively autistic about this that something that a normal person would never care about or even give second thought, they obsess over. Again, like the banana song and like that. Normal people don't think like that. Get it? They don't. Normal people don't have that kind of connection in their head. They think it's some big deal. There was a hand cart meme is just so stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, you're reading way too much into it. It's not because it's a big deal. It's because you lie about the most innocuous thing. That's the joke about it. With the banana song, that's just a joke, Phil. That's not something people are obsessing over. They think, oh, that's funny.
I am aware of Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Yes, I am. And people are saying it's pretty good. I'd be interested in it, but I can't play it now. I'm juggling too much. I want to finish Mario. I want to finish Tormented Souls 2. And then perhaps I would play it, in the future. But what are you going to do about it now?
Yeah, he is always juggling way too many games because he wants to play full playthroughs, so there's never enough room, even though he's streaming 12 times a week somehow. Oh wait, he has to do the setup for his new desk and things like that instead of playing video games, even though he calls himself a gaming streamer.
Snuff, I didn't lie about not having one. I don't have a hand cart. I have whatever you call that device is what I have. It's not called a hand cart. Again, a hand cart is something that I think about. You put a whole bunch of stuff on it and you walk it back and forth, almost like a shopping cart or something like that. Again, it's literally a worthless piece of trivial knowledge that has nothing to do with anything. I didn't lie about it. You want to say I lied about it, so you have content for detractors to obsess over because you're an autistic weirdo. All right? Just stop. Stop being so obsessive over nonsense. Nobody gives a shit in the real world about any of this. It's so just pointless.
Yet somehow it obviously gets under your skin, so people will keep poking and prodding there. Enjoy. And honestly, he's so stupid that he may have just mixed up the terms. So he may not actually own a handcart, even though in the past he said he did, but it would be a dolly. It's not a huge deal, but he's just ignorant of things.
Is it a nice dolly? It actually is. It's very heavy duty. I bought it right when I moved in. It's got a solid steel bottom, and it allows me to carry heavy things up and down the stairs very nicely. Recently, I didn't have to use it, actually. I lucked out. I didn't have to use it at all because now I've been working out, so I've been able to just deadlift things up each stair, and it's fine. But previously, when I was a weakling, I needed to use that to get stuff up and downstairs, but I didn't use it for any of this new office setup stuff at all, actually.
Yeah, Phil, here's the difference between a hand cart and a dolly. I don't think you have a dolly because that would be very hard getting that up the stairs. I honestly don't think he's even lying here. I think he just mixed up what he has. And since people are saying he's lying, he's just gonna lean into it and be oppositional defiant.
No one helps with the editing. I told you, I do all the thumbnails myself, 100%. As soon as I go off the stream, I'm jumping right into DaVinci Resolve, and I'm making all the thumbnails myself. I do it every day. I love doing it, by the way. I've actually liked getting back into it because I enjoy editing. I enjoy video editing, and I enjoy this kind of editing with art and stuff and logos and thumbnails. I like that. I actually enjoy the work, just I don't have a lot of time for it. Sometimes I wish I had double, triple the time that I do so I could make it better, but I have to kind of rush it.
Yeah, this is the major BS calling because he does not enjoy editing whatsoever. He had a channel dedicated to edited videos called KO Gaming that he completely gave up on because he did not want to put in the effort to do it. And does he have time to fully edit everything he puts up in a day? No, but we don't expect that. What people expect are highlights. You could just show 15 minutes of a gameplay clip and it would go a lot farther than just dumping 3 hours of games online, but he doesn't get that. And designing thumbnails is not as time consuming as editing a video. Unless you're scrubbing everything out to make it transparent, it doesn't take a lot of time at all.
A hand truck. Okay, is that what it's called, a hand truck? Okay, it's called a hand truck, I'm being told. Got it. Okay.
I still don't think you get it.
I'm kind of nervous.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
Dark MB wanted yet again with $5 says, I like that you have a schedule, but would you be able to be spontaneous and try other things that's not on your schedule?
No, if he quits a game, he will do Q&A. Though, that has changed because the day after this stream, he wage quit Metroid Prime 4 and they went straight to Arc Raiders. So some of the times they will have him play Capcom, but for whatever reason, Arc Raiders was it. I think it was just like a game that the Asmongold fans wanted him to play, so he did it. Usually though, he whines and says there isn't enough time to boot up another game, and he just does Q&A.
Yes, and it's not, when I have a schedule, I want to make this clear, it's not necessarily 100% set in stone.
But it is basically, it's not like his fans are going to tell him to play another game. It's really just when he gets mad because he's not making enough money that he switches to another game. Or does Q&A, or just sits there and stares at the chat and wait for contributions to come in.
Things change all the time. Sometimes we have to, move one way or another depending, is there something that drops out of nowhere that everyone wants to see? Is there an opportunity to do something special? Like, for example, this week, I want Wings of Redemption to come on my podcast and do an interview. He says he wants to, but he can't commit to a date. So maybe one day out of nowhere, he'll be like, hey, I can come on today. We changed the schedule. What if a game drops out of nowhere? People are like, hey, Phil, did you hear about this game? Everyone's talking about it. I'll try it. As long as people understand that trying a game is different than committing to playing the game long term, right? I already have so many games in my rotation right now. I can't add any more permanently, but what I'd like to do is finish what we're doing, then move on to new stuff. You see?
Here's the thing, Phil. You should try a lot of games. You shouldn't say, oh, I'm going to commit to this playthrough all at once. You should be testing games constantly. Now, you don't tell your audience this, but you just play a game for a couple of streams, see how it works, and then if your audience enjoys it, i.e. money, likes, engagement, watch time, then you keep playing it. You do everything the opposite way, where you tell them up front, I need this money immediately. And that doesn't encourage people to donate because it's not about enjoying the content, it's about you needing the money. Like, that's why having your whole schedule 6 days in advance is stupid, because you're just playing games. You don't need to have a schedule for anything. Like, you could be okay with just doing 2 days in front of you, if that, because odds are the people coming to your streams, besides your fans, will just see it live and they'll say, oh, I want to see this guy playing this or not. But you think you have to have, like, you and your fans have this thing like you're in school for toddlers and you have to hammer it in 50 times.
But yeah, I enjoy the fact that my content can be kind of spontaneous at times, a lot more now today than it used to be too. So
yeah, the poor fool is just completely disconnected from reality. His content is not spontaneous. If he has to be spontaneous, he freaks out on the spot. He wants everything planned in advance, so much so that it throws him for a loop if he has to change a game within 24 hours. And how do I know this? Because he goes on full tirades about this when it happens. He takes it very seriously, like his stock portfolio is gonna crumble if one thing is out of place, and that's why his streams are a joke, because he takes it so seriously that people just laugh at it, because it's like, this guy's just playing games, but he thinks he's the most important person in the world. So, the Asmongold tourists, unless they get a laugh out of it, are really not going to hang on, and because this guy has already offered everything he has to offer to them, and they're not going to pay a premium to stay on board. They'll go on Raw Phil and chill over there, where it's actually a chill stream, because as Raw Phil is not prodding you for money. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Robust Urban Garlic TV starring Darkside Phil the lolcow. If you like this video, drop a like and let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you later.
Now would be a good time to remind everyone, if you're having a good time, please engage with the content. If you're watching here on stream, be sure to like the stream. Thanks for all the chat and interaction. The engagement's been great. If you're watching on demand on YouTube, please consider liking the video, leaving some comments for engagement. I really appreciate those who have. You guys have been awesome recently. You've helped the channel tremendously. Yeah.